I think New Orleans goes 6. At worst case scenario, New Orleans goes 6.
I'll give you that. I mean, that's a bold one. Yeah, it's a little better than your Damian Lillard one.
got your money's worth on that one.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know what? I had to make up for the last one. So, okay, who wins the division? This is actually a better question than the last time round because we all figured Oklahoma City was going around.
Right.
So we actually have some credible teams in this division. So, Cody, who wins this division?
Golden State. I'm not taking it away from them until they lose it.
Mark, who you got?
Golden State. Until Jerry West is not associated with this team, they will win this division.
Hey,
Paul?
for me, it's a 2-team race, and I'm taking the other one. I'm sticking with my prediction. I think the Clippers. Well, you know what? Excuse me. For regular season,
Okay.
the Warriors are going to win. I think the Clippers advance farther. Now, so I don't know which one you want, but that's my prediction. I think the Warriors will have a better regular season record. I think they're built for the regular season. But
Okay.
I think the Clippers will go farther in the playoffs.
I mean, I'm gonna make the panel sweep. I'm saying Golden State will win the division. I think it'll be extremely close because the Clippers are built. I mean, they're loaded everywhere. I'm just worried about the Clippers, just the unity of this team. You know, if Doc can get Lance Stephenson's head back to where he was in Indiana, then all bets are off.
Yeah,
I mean,
very
all
true.
bets are off. I
Yep.
mean, they're too superly talented not to do it. So. Last thing before I let Cody out of the gates tonight, we do a game called 3-point play. We didn't get it in with Tam, so because time ran out. But Cody, 3-point play works like this: myself, Paul, and Mark will ask you 3 separate questions of the NBA that are not Pacific Division related. You get 30 seconds to answer them. So, Paul, lead it off.
All right. So, only team that can take out Cleveland. Who do you have in the East that can take out Cleveland?
Miami Heat. For me, I just think that they're veterans on that team. They've been there. They've gotten it done before. Retaining all of their guys, bringing in Gerald Green, Amari Stoudemire, some of those younger guys on the team stepping up. Justice Winslow, my man Tyler Johnson. I see the Heat. If we're gonna go that route, the only team that can beat the Cavs, I'm gonna take the Heat.
Marcus, on you.
All right. Give me a surprise team from each conference that can knock off the best teams, at the top. We're talking Cleveland, Golden State. Who's a surprise team from each conference who could do a lot of damage and maybe give them really a real good series and possibly even upset them?
From the East, I'm going to take a surprise team. I like the Wizards outside of the Heat. I don't know that they're a surprise team. Maybe, if you're going like off the wall kind of surprise, I could see Milwaukee making some noise. As far as the West goes, a team that, yearly gets slept on, the Memphis Grizzlies. I think that just the team that they have retaining, obviously keeping Marc Gasol, Mike Conley's there still. That's my pick if it came down to it. But I think regardless, the Grizzlies are going to have a great year and can possibly make a run at it.
And, Cody, last question comes from me. If you're looking at who has a better sophomore season, we're going with 2 guys who were injured last year.
Mm-hmm.
Jabari Parker, Julius Randle. Who has the better sophomore or quote-unquote sophomore season?
I'm going to go with Jabari Parker because that Randle, we're really not sure what Randle is bringing to the table yet. He played in one game, played maybe 20 minutes, so we're really not sure what we're getting. Jabari's had a bigger sample size. Obviously, he didn't finish the season, but for me, it's Jabari.
So, Cody, last thing before we let you out of here, how does everybody get in contact with you? Tell us about your podcast and all the work that you do.
All right, well, you can find me on basketballinsiders.com. I'm writing weekly, a couple posts a week. Find me on Twitter at Cody Taylor NBA. And if you're looking for a new Hoops podcast, we have the Insiders Sports Podcast on Basketball Insiders. New episode just dropped tonight.
Cody, before we let you out of here, we actually got a comment from somebody on Twitter that wants that wants to ask you a question because there's been some interesting things going on with the Golden State Warriors over the last couple of days. So, guys, we're going to get your opinion on it and keep Cody in for a couple extra minutes on this one.
All right.
Of course, we all know that Golden State has had a championship run last year. That was pretty much that. A lot of people say that wasn't really validated because everybody was injured. You look at Doc Rivers' comments saying that, so many words, they didn't play anybody. Klay Thompson said, well, the Clippers didn't handle the business. Do you think, in your opinion, in your mind, that the Golden State Warriors championship run wouldn't have been the championship run if everybody was healthy?
I don't discount their championship anymore because of their injuries or because of who they played. You know, when you're a basketball team, you try to win as many games as you possibly can to obtain that 1 seed, so you have an easier route throughout your conference's playoffs. So those that say they had maybe an easy run, well, you know, they had a great regular season and they were rewarded for it. But I don't hold their not having injuries against them or getting the top seed and going through maybe some easier teams than some other teams went through.
Mark, what do you think? Do you think the championship run was tainted?
No, not at all. Golden State, they have a deep team, and I've been saying it over and over. And the other teams, listen, you got injured, your depth, wasn't as good, and you got beat because of it. If you want to beat Golden State, guess what? Get better players to come off the bench.
Paul?
Well, we touched on it earlier, but I'm going to talk a little bit about Klay's comments real quick. Come on, man. Klay Thompson, seriously, what the heck did you do in the playoffs and the finals to be talking junk to Doc Rivers? I understand. I don't know why Klay Thompson seems to be the big mouth spokesman of this team. That's my problem with him.
Draymond Green.
He talks, but for some reason, Klay seems to have this slick comeback for all kinds of stuff. Sir, what did you do?
Well, I mean, right now they're playing in the preseason game against the Clippers, and he has 4 points in the first 5 minutes of the game, so I guess he might be listening to you play right now in the back of his mind.
4 points in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Hey.
I don't know. I think Klay Thompson, probably been watching some Power and some Empire, and, light-skinned guys are coming back.
I'm telling you, man.
That's where coming from, personally.
There's something going on with Klay, man.
But we want to thank our good friend Cody Taylor for stopping by from Basketball Insiders. Like I said, check out their podcast. Check out his work. He also has a weekly chat, and he always answers everything. So, Cody, thanks for coming in tonight, man.
I appreciate you guys having me.
We definitely got to do this again. And after the break, we got a few more things to talk about, including the NBA GM survey. This is Full Court Press Radio, sponsored by SOFOELLC on the new 96.9 The Game. We'll be right back after the break.
Heard on the job? Visit forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Welcome to Late Night Parents. I'm your host, Ted Hicks. We have a weekly podcast where we sit down and talk with game changers in the sports, technology, education fields. We even do product reviews and giveaways. Why, you ask? Because we're all parents. So if you're ready for an up-close and personal look, then you can check out our podcast. New episodes are available every Thursday. Catch us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. That's Late Night Parents. The site is latenightparents.com.
Join Food Network's Emily Ellen at the Foodie Expo, presented by Shipt on Saturday, October 24th. Located at Good Neighbors Farmers Market, the expo features Orlando's best food, restaurants, and farmers market vendors, plus ice-cold Yingling beer. For more info, visit eventbrite.com.
I'm Billy Joel, and I'm here to tell you there's no music in Ivory Keys. Did you know 96 elephants are killed every day in Africa for their ivory tusks? Take a stand. Go to 96elephants.org.
This is the Beat of Sports.
The beauty of sports is that you've got a franchise quarterback, you got an all-pro running back, you got a high-paid wide receiver, you got role guys, man. The guys on special teams will do anything to play. Run up and down the field, do what I got to do. Stop with the thinking that everybody's out there for the good of the team. That's crazy, man. Jimmy Graham's playing for what? Probably one more contract, maybe, after the one that he's on now, maybe. But he's getting paid, so he's got to go perform. His argument's going to be, yeah, I got to perform. Because you're not going to guarantee the remaining 3 years of this deal. I'm expendable. So if I don't post numbers, if I'm not a factor in what you want to do on a weekly basis, you'll cut me. Well, that's being selfish. Welcome to the National Football League without guaranteed contracts, man.
The Beat of Sports with Mark Daniels.
9 a.m. weekdays on FM 96.9 The Game.
Listeners,
Now, I know you've heard of this up-and-coming brand Hoop Culture, which is headquartered right here in Orlando, Florida. But here's something that you didn't know. They are opening a flagship store in Fashion Square Mall, downstairs right in front of the movie theater. That's right, the brand that has brought you the iconic Eat, Sleep, Ball design is bringing their streetwear brand to retail. Stay ahead of the fashion trends. Go visit them online at hoopculture.com or follow them at Hoop Culture. Our listeners save 30% off your next order. Use the code RADIO at checkout.
Tickets are now on sale for the event of the year, Cigars and Cars, Saturday, November 21st, presented by the Corona Cigar Company, iHeartMedia, and the Premier Auto Collection. At the Shrine Auditorium of Orlando, Cigars and Cars is an evening to remember with premium cigars, luxury and vintage cars, fine spirits, and samplings from some of the area's finest restaurants. Tickets are limited and available at Ticketmaster and all Corona Cigar Company locations. More info online and a link to purchase tickets at realradio.fm, keyword cigars. Brought to you by Dream Rentals, Great Bridges Jewelry, and ShopShipToShore.com.
iHeartRadio already gives you all your favorite music, all your favorite stations, and they're all free.
Oh, they're the best. They're the best.
Favorite, add it.
That's my favorite one so far.
Now, iHeartRadio has the easiest way to hear all the music you love. It's called My Favorites Radio. Every song and every station you favorited, you know, that little thumb shake button, it now goes to one personal station, your station. Own it. So download our iHeartRadio app today.
Looking to expand your reach and following in all platforms of media? Need a jumpstart in expanding your brand to all markets across the world? SOFO is here for you. SOFO means something for everyone, and they help expand your business through all platforms of media. Need to grow on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram? Their experienced team expands your brand and puts your business in places you would have never been before. Call SOFO at 407-607-9862 or follow SOFOELLC on Instagram and Twitter.
Hey fans, this is Eric Kohler, stadium voice of UCF football. We invite you to tune in to EK Sports every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. as we feature the preferred picks of the week, insured by our good friends at Preferred Benefits Consultants, where it's always fun to pick those games of the week, but never a time to gamble with your health care. Find a Preferred Benefits Consultant at OrlandoHealthExchange.com. That's the letter X, OrlandoHealthExchange.com, and start saving today.
We are the new FM 96.9, The Game.
We are back for the final 10 minutes of Full Court Press Radio, sponsored by SOFOELLC on the new 96.9 The Game, Orlando Sports Leader. We want to thank our good friend Cody Taylor for stopping by the last 30 plus 45 minutes or so talking the Pacific Division. So if you got any last-minute things you want to talk to me, Mark, and Paul about, 407-916-8255 or toll-free 800-729-8255. And no, Paul, my cell phone will not go off anymore in the show tonight.
Thank you.
But, guys, we're running close to the end of preseason, and let's go over some of the scores tonight. The Phoenix Suns took care of the San Antonio Spurs. I know it's preseason, but we talked about T.J. Warren in the last segment. 15.7 rebounds and 7 assists tonight for the Suns. They won by 20 points, so maybe he gets some extra run with the way he was playing tonight. Thunder up 69-68 over the Jazz at the end of the third quarter. Russell Westbrook is almost at a triple-double. 20 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists for Oklahoma City. Gordon Hayward has 16 for Utah. The Bulls finally win a preseason game led by Aaron Brooks' 22 points and 6 assists as they take care of the Pacers 103-94. Mark's main man, Paul George, 26 points, 13 rebounds, and he also missed a three-pointer and then grabbed his own rebound and dunked it back over in the middle of the game. You guys got to watch the Vine later. And finally, the Bucks took care of the Timberwolves 106-88. Michael Carter-Williams, a guy our good friend Jason Cook wrote about this week on NBAFCPRadio.com, dropped 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And Tam's boy Shabazz Muhammad, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for the T-Wolves. Guys, like I said, the season starts on Tuesday night.
A week,
so,
a week from tonight.
So next Tuesday night we'll be talking everything live about the show. So about the league. We're finally out of the dark ages of the preseason and the off season. Now we're getting the regular season.